Before showing you the video, I just would like to ask that last class I told you about the different layers of horizon. So that was horizon A, horizon B, and horizon C. And I told you to draw. I know you will take time for drawing, you will do in the weekend, but can any one of you explain me what was that about? It was horizon A. What do horizon A has? What do horizon B has? And what do horizon C has? The first one, the first layer, the second layer, and the third layer. Judy, Noor, anyone can summarize and say me so that I know that you were listening to me at least. Or you remember something of that.
So A horizon has decomposers that decay organic matter.
How about the fossils? Where are the fossils or the decayed plants and animals in which layer, up or down? A, that is up. Okay, so everyone has to know that in the topsoil, we have topsoil, we have subsoil, and we have bedrock. So up you can see these dead plants and with those, what do you call it as fossils, dead animals, you can see small fragments of rock mixed with humus. Now, who's gonna say me what is a humus?
Here we see some soil. But what is soil anyway? Is soil just a collection of weathered rock particles? Soil is, in fact, a loose mixture of rock fragments, organic material, water, and air that can support the growth of vegetation. Factors that affect the formation of soil include the parent rock the fragments come from, the climate and topography of the area, the living things on and in the soil, and time.
So the most important thing what you have to know that what soil contains is not dirt. It is a mixture of rock fragment. Is it alone rock fragments? It has organic material where you can find minerals, organic material, you can find decayed animals, decayed plants. And once again and again, I'm talking about the word humus, which you can remember in your life because you all eat hummus, right? It's similar to humus. It's something very dark brown. And I explained you about that bin. You remember that composite bin where you add the peels, the eggshells, and I told you you can add many things with the worms so that they decay and they give you that loose brown color substance which is called as humus. This I'm mixing with the soil to make it good fertile. Okay? So here about it. Next page. Today I'm going to finish this lesson and inshallah on Sunday we are starting with new module. Not the new module, I'm sorry, new chapter, new unit.
Soil consists of small pieces of rock.
Now see here, this is the top layer. This contains the fossils, and this is the second layer, which have less fossils with more rock fragments, and the last layer is the bedrock. Okay, we'll quickly see about it.
Rock, the remains of once living things, water, and air. The physical characteristics of soil are influenced by how the soil formed and by the living things that live or once lived on or in the soil. Click the images to find out more. The mineral portion of soil, which consists of sand, silt, or clay, is made up of weathered rock. You can see how the fragments of rock in the top layers of this soil are smaller than the fragments of rock in the lower layers.
So what did I say? We have sand, okay, we have silt and clay. Sandy soil is very, the particles, when you pour water, the water can move easily. Clay is so sticky that it doesn't allow the water to pass through that. Like example, if I pour water on the clay soil, the water cannot come out from the pot, and later it will be so much water block. It will block the water. And here the water will not stay, all the water will come out. So girls, we don't need sandy, we don't need clay, we need mixture of both, that is called silt or loam.
The dark soil seen here is a result of the decomposition of plant and animal material. Organic matter makes the soil fertile or able to grow plants.
So girls, what makes the soil more fertile? The question is, what makes the soil more better? What exactly is that called? What do you add to the soil to make it good?
Water.
Okay, water is there. I told you, water is not enough. Soil has to be good. Water, air, the rocks are there. What do you add in that? You remember that I told you we make a special dustbin to put things. What were those things? We make a special bin where you put the peels of the fruits, what you eat, because
Humus.
you put
Seed.
yes.
Seed.
Okay. And what else?
Humus.
Humus. Humus is that. This is what the word humus contains: the feed, the dead shells, the eggshells, many different dead plants, dead animals. So this humus, which contains organic matter, it is good for your soil to make it more fertile. And see, we have decomposers like worms, which are breaking down these, like example, I added the leaf, I added the peel, who's breaking down that into particles? These worms.
Earthworms, fungi, and other organisms live in the soil. These organisms break down organic matter. Soil can be described by its texture.
Now see, remember I told you we have particle size? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
This? Can you see this, girls?
Yes.
Okay, so we have different particles, as I told you. We have very fine sand, we have clay-like. If you mix those, you get a good one that is called as silt. This is what you will see now.
Soil texture is the relative amounts of 3 differently sized particles in a sample of soil. From largest to smallest, the 3 particles are sand, silt, and clay. Sand feels coarse between your fingers. Silt feels smooth, like flour. Clay is very smooth and feels sticky if it is moist. Being able to identify a soil's texture is important because it may tell you how well a soil will drain or retain water. For example, tiny particles like...
In your class, who likes to, plant, or who likes agriculture? Who loves this year?
Not me.
Not me. Who else? Zishan said, the first girl, like, it's me, miss. And when I heard not me, khalas, tayyib. Who else? Anyone who likes planting and growing, fresh fruits, growing fresh lemons, or something which gives you vibes?
Yes. For me, sometimes not a lot. Like I like to go down, because I have like a garden down, and then like sometimes, not all the time, I go.
For Jeddah's weather, the best thing is tomatoes. You can grow tomatoes very well. Maybe within 5 months, tomatoes at your home. And then you can go for green chilies that are grown here very easily, potatoes. So if you love to be a gardener, you can ask me. Not a gardener, I'm saying agriculture.
magnified a very thin layer of mineral soil, it would look like this. The empty spaces between the soil particles are called pore spaces.
See guys, you need some space between the rock fragments, because if you don't have space, the air and water will not enter, and finally your plant die. And if you have lot of space, the water will never retain, the water doesn't stay there and it goes away. Even like that, the plant will die. So you need both of it.
The process of soil formation influences soil's chemical characteristics, such as the elements found in it and its pH value.
You remember last year in the lab, I have told you about this word pH. I have shown you an experiment where I added some cabbage juice, I added some acid to it and it changed the color, the base to it, it changed the color. Do you remember that experiment?
Yeah.
Yes, that was very interesting. Similar, depending upon the soil, how good it is, it tells you the pH, whether it is acidic, whether it is basic. It cannot be too much acid, it cannot be too much base. So this is the I'm sorry, this is the chemical characteristic of the plant. Understood?
Yeah.
Soil color is determined by the kinds of minerals and other materials that make up the soil. Organic matter will...
Soil color also matters. I told you the dark brown color which have more humus, that gives a good soil. So even the soil color helps us.
Soil will look red.
If the soil is much red in color, that tells you it has iron in it. Again, I have done an experiment last year. I took you all down. We bought some sand or soil, sand that was soil, yes, from the plant. And then we took a bar magnet. Did I do this with you? Did I do this? Do you remember something? Nothing? Okay, anyways, even now you can take some soil, like Dana told that you have a garden at home. You can take some soil and take a bar magnet. When you touch the bar magnet, you can see some iron black color coming and attracting to the bar magnet. That means the soil has iron in that. And if the soil is more red in color like this, that means it has more of iron in it.
Without living things, soil would not exist. Which of the following statements is true about the importance of living things?
See, living things such as molds and worms tunnel in soil, mixing and allowing air into the soil. It mixes and allow air to the soil. That is correct. Because I told you worms, they decompose. Plant root help hold the soil. Even this is correct. It holds the soil. The remains of plants and animals can turn into humus. Again, correct. Earthworms and other help to break down organic material. Almost like this is...
Good job.
This is okay.
That's right. Humus and nutrients.
The first one.
That's right. Right.
See?
Soil formation.
All of them are correct in that. Because all the points are there, which I have covered with you.
There are different ways soil can form.
Now, I just want to say again, we have done 2 lessons out of that, and even that is coming for your quiz. I just want to say, whenever you hear the word weathering, what does that mean? Weathering means? Anyone?
The breaking.
Breaking, excellent. It is breaking. After breaking, does it stay there at the same place?
No, it moves.
It moves. It moves. It goes somewhere else. This transferring or this moving, help of wind, water, and air, or sorry, any condition that is making it move, that is called as erosion. What is it called? Erosion.
Erosion.
2 words, girls. For grade 7, you have to know perfectly. Those who are opting for science later, again and again in grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, you will come across these words, okay? Now come back to the lesson now.
Landslides can remove soil very quickly. Geological and weather events can erode soil or cover it with rock or can erode soil. Wind can blow leaves into an area. These leaves can then accumulate on top of weathered rock particles. Eventually, animals and other organisms on the surface and in the soil break.
See, these leaves came from somewhere else by wind, okay? But how do they go and dig up in the ground? Either animals, they burrow and they send these leaves inside, or else some layers of rocks come onto that and form a layer inside, or the plant roots, okay? So this way they go inside and they mix with the soil and become humus.
As organic matter is broken down, water into the soil. Soil begins to separate into layers. Climate can affect soil quite a bit. If the climate in an area changes, weathering can decrease if it rains less, or increase if it rains more. A soil profile is a vertical.
This is, I have explained you, horizon A, horizon B, horizon C. I will draw again so that you remember that horizon A is the horizon where you have, I'll draw leaves so that you remember you have dead leaves here. These are not fresh leaves, okay, dead leaves. And then you have animals. I just know how to draw this cat with a smiley face. You know that these are animals here. You have animals, you have dead leaves, you have dead, and the humus. Again and again, I'm not gonna say you what is humus, dark brown substance. Okay, and I'll play this so that you just see this video.
Section of Earth's surface that shows in a soil profile, the A horizon is the top layer of soil. This layer contains the most humus. Humus is dark organic matter in soil that is formed from the decayed remains of plants and animals. Humus makes the A horizon dark. The B horizon is below the A horizon in the soil profile. Some materials and nutrients travel down to the B horizon through leaching, but the B horizon contains less organic matter than...
The B horizon, I call it as horizon in British curriculum, you can say horizon. The B horizon contains less organic matter, less of humus. And C, we say there is no humus in that, we just have rocks there.
Here we have a typical soil profile with 3 soil horizons.
Okay, yeah.
Drag the labels to the correct soil horizon description.
Majduleen, are you there? Majduleen? Okay, Noor? Noor, are you there? Judy?
Yes.
Judy, can you just help me with A horizon and B horizon and C? Layer containing, layer rich with organic matter, layer with least soil development.
The first one is A horizon.
Where is A horizon? Can you just say me again?
Layer in charge with organic matter.
Yes, this is not the first one. Now, B, where is the B?
Layer with the least soil development.
Contain, clay, and C is with least soil development because C is having the bed, the more of rocks.
Good job. Here we see a soil profile.
What do you think? What can affect the color of the soil? The pH, the chemical composition, what that contains, whether it contains iron or something, or the space or organic matter. What can affect the soil?
Chemical composition.
Great job. That's right.
Organic matter.
Organic matter.
If organic matter is there, they will contain dark brown in color. Okay, so it affects, and also the pH. You remember I told you pH changes the color. These all are affecting that.
Yes.
But mostly are the two ones.
Identify the factors that affect soil formation. Type your response in the box. Then click OK.
Okay, I will just write the temperature, and I will write the atmosphere. What else can affect the soil? The texture, how soft it is, or how. Okay, and let us see the answer here.
Did you remember that soil formation is affected by the parent rock, climate, topography, the presence of living things, and time? If so, well done.
Okay. They said main thing what is affecting is the parent rock. That is the first rock which is responsible to. Now girls, tell me, did you understand the lesson well?
Yes.
We revised almost everything. I was
Yes, I understood.
Yes, you understood completely? Good.
Yeah.
So by this, we have finished the first lesson. And now after all this weathering water, we'll start the history. Girls, history is a little bit boring. Did we had in grade 6 the eras, the Cenozoic, the Paleozoic, where the dinosaurs were there? Do you remember that? Did we had something like that or no? I think no. Anyways, we will study about Earth history. History is really too boring. I need a lot of concentration. I need you all to be active, to not make me sleep in the class. Because honestly, when we talk about history, we have to go back to 1990s. Not 90s, 19 or 18 or yeah, more or less than 2 to 400 years. Anyways, and this I will quickly finish 1 or 2 lessons, and then I'll jump to minerals and rocks. This is very interesting. And here, all these are interesting after that. I have to finish E, and I have to finish half of F in your syllabus, inshallah. Okay, let us see the last revision here, and then we'll get back to. Where was I? Did I end up that? Allah, I think I end up that. That's it, girls. Take care and have a nice day.
Okay.